Glad as always to start a show off by saying it's Friday, and more so are we to have you with us this evening. Thank you for being a part of the program. It's 28th day of August. I will see you one more time in this 8th month of 2015, and that will be the final day of the month. Temperatures are still climbing over the course of your weekend. We'll talk about that. The 90s I'm not seeing quite so much next week as I am the mid and upper 80s for days on end, and closer to the mid 80s for several days. But mind you, heat and humidity levels will be back closer to where they should be, and nothing like where they have been for the past several days. And with that, we do have intermittently throughout some of the forecasts, almost much of the forecasts, some chance of showers and thunderstorms. An updated forecast per your Licking Valley RECC data comes in just a few moments towards the latter part of our show. Before that, however, a DUI-related arrest last night after an auto accident last afternoon in Magafa County. A Magafa County home completely leveled by structure fire during the overnight hours. We will start the first of what will be many meetings of the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center that we'll be covering. One of our regular monthly meetings now, as it's been worked into our schedule, as will be other ones coming online very soon, we do believe. And a whole lot of other news and information before I leave you for what is still going to be, even though a bit warmer, a nice weekend in the neighborhood. And tonight, of course, a lot of folks are just thinking about football and nothing else. So we'll get you out of here and on to the football field in just a few minutes, or in the stands, I guess I should say. I do have in front of me an announcement from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, who has today announced that Magafa County is getting a little more than $60,000 in County Road 8 emergency funds, $60,800 to be precise. It says the money is going to be used to repair a bridge on B. Mullins Road crossing Big Half Mountain Creek, making it safer for cars, school buses, and other vehicles that rely upon that roadway. Mike Hancock, the Transportation Secretary, says these emergency funds are being used to repair roadways and improve safety and mobility in Magafa County. And this project is just one example of the Cabinet's commitment to providing a solid infrastructure in Magafa County, as well as all across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's been a little more than 2 months now, and it's going to be a little bit longer before she will issue any type of marriage license, she says. She also received support today, which I covered on yesterday's program as he was making his way through Magafa County, and we're referring to Kim Davis, the county court clerk of Rowan County, who today says that she will ask the Supreme Court to give her an appeal of a recent verdict. As I reported on yesterday, for the third attempt, a gay Rowan County couple went into Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis's office in an attempt to get a marriage license and were denied again. In a flurry of activity around the subject, there are rallies on both sides of the argument outside of the office. There is also another rally planned for later on this weekend. And then, of course, there was a rally of support, at least by one of her fellow county court clerks, Casey Davis, the Casey County Court Clerk, who we featured on the program last night, who was riding his bicycle from Pikeville to Paducah in show of support for Kim Davis. He is also one of the total of 4 Kentucky County Court clerks who are not issuing marriage licenses right now, citing their religious beliefs. While Davis has since made his way on his trek towards Paducah, as for Kim Davis, after the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals, the U.S. Court of Appeals, denied a stay 2 days ago this week, a request by the Rowan County Clerk, this coming 2 months after the U.S. Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage, she is still not issuing marriage licenses to heterosexual or gay or lesbian couples. Today, she did file an emergency application with the Supreme Court asking for a stay of a preliminary injunction issued by U.S. District Judge David Bunning that ordered her to start to issue the marriage licenses upon the issuance of that order. Other things happening around this case, there's been a rally set in support of gay marriage for tomorrow just outside the Rowan County Courthouse. That's to begin at 9. It's also been noted that right now Davis is being sued by at least 5 separate Rowan County couples. I have some video and some still images from an auto accident that took place yesterday afternoon around the same time that I was here in the editing room preparing last night's program. The video shows the scene of a 2-car crash. The information along with that video says that a mother and her 3 young children narrowly missed being seriously injured in what could have been a head-on collision, she told authorities. And there was also an arrest of a Magafa County man for DUI and other charges. This video brought in shows the point of impact. This is a vehicle that was driven by a Magafa County mother. Tara Carty was behind the wheel of this vehicle, her 3 small children with her. I'm told ages around 5 to 8 and 11 or 12, the 3 children in that age range. She also told authorities that had she not completely swerved, she would have been hit head on by an oncoming pickup truck, that the driver of which continued on down 460 to the west for a significant distance. The actual pickup truck is almost out of your field of view there towards, and it'll zoom in just a little bit, while her vehicle is back up behind the camera, if you will, a great distance. You can see where the collision happened. It was almost a side swipe. The side passenger airbags did deploy. We are told that as a result of the incident, the driver refused medical treatment on the scene. We are also told that the mother and her 3 children were all taken to the Appalachian Regional Healthcare Center in Morgan County for what was to be minor injuries at most. Fortunately, this was not a head-on collision, but was only inches away. Per an investigation by local authorities, a McGoffin County man, 49-year-old Luther Keaton, was arrested. He was still in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center earlier this afternoon, where he faces charges of DUI, first offense, as well as at least one charge of wanton endangerment in the first degree. However, that also may be a charge for each of the individuals in the vehicle. Once again, it was a 2-car accident, one of 2 that happened in McGoffin County. There was an earlier accident around 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday on Route 30. A vehicle that was traveling to Jackson from the Parkway onto Route 30 was reportedly pulling onto Route 30 and was involved in a collision with another vehicle. We know that there was a man and a wife in one vehicle involved, and they were taken to the Poly Hall Regional Medical Center for what was also thought to be non-life-threatening injuries. The other driver refused medical treatment with no injuries on the scene. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. There was a structure fire late last night in McGoffin County, early this morning actually, and I was in the newsroom till around 1:30, and apparently soon after I fell asleep, the Sagersville Fire Department was called out minutes later to a structure fire on Limestone Branch, a home completely leveled by the blaze, the owner on vacation at the time.
Upon our arrival, we discovered a double-wide fully engulfed and flame. Owner, Rick Barnett, was out of town at the time. He was on vacation in Tennessee when he said he was notified at 3 a.m. that his home was on fire.
Any ideas, cause, and origin? Any investigation to try to determine how or why?
We don't have at this time, but insurance company has called in Matrix. Cause and origin people will be here tomorrow to try to determine exactly the cause and location of the fire.
Howard says while the cause is still yet to be determined, the location of the fire was quite obvious.
It started right in the center of the home because upon our arrival, the whole center roof was completely caved in.
Howard also says the homeowner, I have just learned, has returned to find that his home indeed was completely destroyed and all the belongings therein by the fire that once again broke out sometime around 2 o'clock or 2:15 this morning. In an effort to continue to work in additional local government and other meetings into our reporting schedule here on Your News Today, the following information comes from last evening's regular session of the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center Jail Authority Board, one of many meetings that we'll be covering on a monthly basis. Board members Doug Saylor, Sue Maynard, Eric Gray, Paul Burchett, James Ayers, and Mike Crum were present. The 2 McGoffin County representatives were not. Jerry Helton, Randall Hard's name was called, but he, I know, had resigned before the last McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting and was replaced. They discussed several items. One of those was the renewal of their health care insurance. They were told by the company, Anthem Healthcare, that if they renewed early in October instead of waiting until December, instead of a potential increase of some 12% like last year, they could be locked in at only a 0.1% increase through October of 2016. A unanimous vote was in support of that, as was making some changes or updates, including discussing fixing repairs to the roof at an expense of around $15,000 if CAECO comes through with approval of about a $50,000 replacement cost. There was also some discuss of replacing the freezer and refrigerating unit that had been there, they believe, since the construction of the Big Sandy Detention Center. That was a bid from HMC for $15,900. A little later, there was some discussion, a summary, if you will, of financial reports given by Pete Fitzpatrick, the jail administrator. That outlined an annual revenue of some $2.3 to $2.7 million and a variance in money that has been lost most every year over the past several.
2010-11, at the top it shows a loss of $158,555. The next year, 11-12 shows a loss of $49,000. The next year, 12-13 shows a loss of $317,000. So in those 3 years, we were losing $178,000 a year. That's the average of those 3 years. And then you look at the change, and for 13-14, we lost $22,325, and 14-15, we got a positive $3,187. And that's all fine and good, but then I also want you to look at a comparison of the revenue changes. That's on the next page. You should have. Looks like this. Revenue changes. You got one of them?
Right here, second page, isn't it?
Well, I don't have the same one. Okay, well, anyway, what I wanted to get across was in fiscal year ending 2012, the revenue was $2.7 million, $2,767,492. And 2012-13, it was $2,577,031. Those numbers will come through the audit. I mean, you've got those numbers in front of you. I put them on one sheet here. And then the next year, 13-14, it was $2,393,446. So, what the point I was getting on the comparisons are that if you go back just 3 years, our income is 2.3. It was 2.7. The income steadily went down. The first year you go back to 2012, it went down $384,000, almost $385,000. The next year it went down $194,400, and then last year's was $10,818 difference in this year's. So we started off up here, and it's kind of went down pretty fast. I think it's just going to stabilize here. And
But your expenditures has also went down.
Expenditures went down also, but the revenue, is tied to the expenditure. I'm not going to buy something we can't pay for it, can't afford to buy. We need it. So, House Bill 365 was designed to lower the population of the inmates across the state, and it shows that worked. I mean, they achieved the goal.
As I said, the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center Jail Board meets on a monthly basis, and we'll be following those meetings from this point on. Right now, follow me on over to tonight's McGoffin County Farm Bureau Community Calendar. And, as we always like to say, when we can, which is a lot, it starts off with some birthday wishes. Not sure where my birthday music is there, but, oh, there we go. Maybe? No, that's me. Happy birthday, Luke McCoon, from a whole lot of family and friends. I believe he celebrated his birthday yesterday, so happy belated birthday to you. And I have in front of me a happy 60th birthday to Birdie Sue Brown Holiday. I left the holiday off. My apologies, Birdie Sue. With a whole lot of love from your brother and a whole lot of family and friends. Happy birthday to Birdie Sue Brown Holiday. After today's, this coming Monday will be the last day for pageant sign-ups for the upcoming Heritage Day pageants. That's for the Baby Miss and Master and Little Miss and Little Master. Monday, 4:30 till 6. That is at the McGoffin County Historical Society there by the cabins. This is for 12 and under boys and girls. $20 per entry. Make checks payable to the Historical Society. And it's next week. It's hard to believe I'm saying it's September next week. The Middle Fork Volunteer Fire Department has set their first annual horse show for next Saturday in West Liberty, down past Browns Ford there at the horse park in West Liberty. They've got great food, big cash payouts, and they've got a great time in support of course, the Middle Fork Volunteer Fire Department. They hope to see you there Saturday the 5th. You can call 349-3835 and talk to Rick or Baby and Deaton if you want to learn more about the classes or anything else you need to know. And also starting relatively soon, and this will be the last reminder for a few days until later next week, because the first one isn't until September the 8th, but they have put together a series of Living Healthy workshops at the Montgomery County Senior Citizen Center. They're all free. They're 2.5 hours a week, once a week for 6 weeks. A whole lot of information and assistance about managing pain, increasing fitness, managing medications, setting and achieving goals, and a whole lot of other things that they will discuss. And you can call your Senior Citizen Center in Montgomery County if you need to find out more at 349-5152. And real quickly, you can always call me, phone, fax, email, Facebook, whatever you need to do to get your announcement or calendar announcement, birthday, anniversary, or otherwise on the show. And as I'm checking, I am confirming that's it for announcements altogether for this evening. A few words from a few sponsors, and then the wrap up for this Friday's show next. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Weather information and a little bit about Erica, which may play a part in our weather somewhere down the line in just a few moments. A reminder, the Montgomery County Hornets, who are 0-1 on the very early season, are hosting Estill County here at home tonight. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening for high school football. And, 5 home games maybe? 5 or 6. I haven't seen the schedule. 5 or maybe 6. And I'm thinking 5. It's very few chances you'll have to go up and enjoy a wonderful evening like tonight. Before that, we are going to enjoy the weather for the weekend. Some folks in Florida, not so much, and certainly into the early part of next week. Erica, one of the first named storms making its way into, at least this program. Not this forecast, just this program. If you've been wishing you were down on the coast of Florida, this can maybe put your mind at ease. Now, it has been devastating and deadly as it has made its way through the area. You can see the trail that it's left behind, or you can see the path that it has followed, I should say more correctly. But now as it's starting to bear down on Florida, even though Governor Rick Scott has declared a state of emergency, it's barely a tropical storm at this point. Maximum sustained winds were 50 miles per hour, and they're even decreasing from there, moving west at about 17 miles per hour. So just to let you know, if you have anyone vacationing in Florida, now's a good time over the course of the weekend to leave, because by the first of next week, you can see Sunday it will start to get close to the coastline there, and then from thereafter make its way right on up the state of Florida. From thereafter, we expect it to continue to weaken, and even though it has been deadly in parts of Puerto Rico and elsewhere, it is certainly waning at this time, and it's not expected to strengthen right now, but it is something to keep your eye on. We'll be keeping an eye on our local forecast, and if there's any remnants thereof in it next week from Erica. But for now, all eyes are on a beautiful weekend ahead. It was a warm one out there today. I mean, temperatures did peak up into the 80s, and I had 84 here at the newsroom, and I'm not going to be surprised if some folks didn't even better that. It was nice and warm and certainly comfortable. At the same time, humidity levels hadn't gone up as much as the temperatures. I don't think that's going to change, even though we have a low tonight of the upper 50s, right at 58. Mostly clear skies, a calm wind at most with a little fog on the downhill side of this Friday. Will be followed by a weekend where it will be warmer, a little more humid as well. That patchy fog will start us off tomorrow morning. But basically, we're talking mostly sunny skies. Now, I know you see that green line at the bottom of your screen. Don't get ahead of me. I do that myself well enough. Calm winds becoming southwest around 5 miles per hour in the afternoon. That slight chance of showers and thunderstorms really isn't until I think maybe 10 o'clock or after tomorrow night, and it's 20%. We didn't see any of this heat today spur any showers and storms, and I'm hopeful that most of your Saturday will follow the same tune, at least until later on tomorrow night. Sunday, you can see that things do cool down. We're talking about 80 for daytime highs on your Sunday, and clouds, fog, and a 30% chance of showers and storms. Sunday, not so nice. It will be comfortable temperature-wise, but we're not going to have much else to put a positive spin on the day. Clouds, fog, showers possibly. And by Monday, the sun does make a return, and temperatures start to increase, and they'll do so thereafter as well. 83 Monday, partly sunny. We can't shake a 30% threat of some showers. It does wane to about 10% Monday night. And then on into Tuesday, we go from low 80s to mid 80s. We'll see 85, mostly sunny on your Tuesday, 87 and mostly sunny on your Wednesday, and I think 88, possibly 89 on your Thursday. Summer is still on the calendar, and it's still in the air. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight and for this week and nearly for this month. Just can't find the words to say thank you enough. We're so glad you could tune in and spend a little time with us. We hope to maybe see you on the football field or somewhere out enjoying some beautiful weather over the weekend. We hope you have a wonderful night and hope to see you back here Monday for more of Your News Today.